Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Sin, coming back with another one, man. Y'all already know the Most High done woke us up this morning. Let's take this opportunity to be great, you know what I'm saying? Have a good start to the Monday, man. We big blessed, man, nothing less. But real quick, though, man, I just want to tell y'all, in Scripture it says, as a dog go back to his vomit, so does a fool who repeats his folly. You know what I'm saying? So does a fool that repeats his folly, you know. And any of y'all that have animals, y'all know that, you know, dogs, cats, they tend to return to their vomit, to sniff it, to eat it, whatever the case may be. We do the same when we go back to old relationships that didn't mean us no well, when we go back to old habits that didn't mean us no well, when we go back to darkness, when we go back to our old ways, all of that stuff, when we do some of the same things that we know has hindered us in our past. You know what I'm saying? That's similar to going back and returning to your vomit. And we can't do that these days because it's different. You know, these days that can cost you your life. You know what I'm saying? These days it can cost you your salvation. You know what I'm saying? Even in the next life. So you might want to think before, you know, you do some of those things that you used to do, you know, and when you go back to that, you know what I'm saying? One thing we do know is that, you know, once we done been in darkness, bruh, we know, some of us know it's certain death. You know what I mean? Some of us know that, but, you know, we still like to play. You know what I mean? Some people still like to play and mess around and straddle that fence, you know, until it sucks them all the way over to the other side, man. So, you know, we just got to be careful in these times. You know, it's just a lot different. You know, people not falling off the same. You know what I mean? You know, people not bouncing back the same. You know, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And as y'all can see, bruh, you know, Satan is playing for keeps out here. Satan playing for keeps out here. So, you know, before you go back to them old habits, them old relationships that once had you down, that once had you depressed, you know, that once had you stressed, that once had you addicted, listen, bruh, you might want to think twice. Because like Scripture says, that's what a fool do. A fool go back to his folly. You know what I'm saying? Only fools do that because clearly they didn't learn from the last time. You know, they didn't learn from the last time, so they gonna keep repeating the same old mistakes until it costs them dearly. You know what I'm saying? Until they do something to where it ain't no coming back. And we seeing that. We seeing that with our own eyes. You know, and the Most High is putting that in front of us for a reason. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us know that it ain't worth it. You know, we know that it ain't worth our energy. We know that it ain't worth our time. We know that a lot of these things out here ain't worth our finances. It ain't worth our journey. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth our foundation and everything that we built. We know it don't be worth it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when you listening to them, you know, to them demonic voices, you know what I'm saying? And when you listening to the flesh, you know what I'm saying? And you don't, you know, have the Most High in your life, you don't have prayer in your life, you don't have the Hamashiach in your heart, then guess what, bruh? You know what I mean? You're going to always go back to where you started at. You know what I'm saying? You're going to always go back to the start. When you ain't got the Hamashiach in your heart, you're going to go back to the start. You know what I'm saying? Where you was in the dark. You know what I mean? And it's just like, bruh, it ain't worth it. These days, man, it's just crazier now. You know, everything polluted out here. Everything is more potent. You know what I'm saying? It's more potent. You know, you think it's like, you know what I mean? You got to think about it like, you know, like some addicts that, you know, that step away from doing drugs. They may step away from, you know what I mean, shooting, you know, heroin or something, or snorting cocaine, or whatever the case may be. They may, you know, get sober from drinking and all of that stuff. But, you know, we all know that, you know, a lot of times, bro, when you step away from something and then you go back, you know, your tolerance is not the same. Your tolerance is not the same because you was healing. And, you know, you just can't do it how you used to before. You built up a tolerance and all of that stuff. But listen, bruh, once you step away from something and your tolerance get back low, and then you go back to it thinking that you could do the same thing, bruh, listen, bruh, oftentimes you get real sick. Oftentimes, in some cases, you could overdose. You know what I mean? You could do things that's just gonna, really F you up out here. So you got to think about it. It's the same way with you and the things that you used to do in the past, bro. You know what I'm saying? You didn't did all of this healing. You done stepped away from something. And then you got to think about it. When you go back to that darkness, it's even more dark. When you go back to them drugs, it's even more potent to you. And it could be the same thing. But you was healing. Your body was getting back to normal. Your mind was getting back to normal. You know what I'm saying? That light inside you was getting back to normal. It was shining. So then when you go back to where you was, to where you was just so low, where you go back to where you was just, just so addicted, when you go back to them old habits that you used to have, bruh, listen, bruh, it's going to hit 10 times worse. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be 10 times more potent, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So the probability of you making it out of that is slim to none these days. You got to understand, it's slim to none. So you got to think about that, bruh. Even when it comes to this journey and relapsing, bruh, the porn is so potent these days. You go back to that, it's hard to find yourself out of that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of y'all done dealt with that to where, you didn't relapse, and then you found yourself, relapsing over and over and over again. And then when you try to get back on your journey, when you try to get back into them streaks, it's harder than it was before. You know what I'm saying? Because you was cruising along, you was healing. You know what I'm saying? You was making it through, you was fighting, you was striving. And then when you was driving, bruh, you was driving. You know what I'm saying? But, once you get that habit back the wheel, it's tough to get it back. You know what I'm saying? Once you give them demons back the wheel, it's tough to get it back, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bruh, once you get that flesh back the wheel, it's tough to get it back. It's tougher to get it back, bruh. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your diet, it's tougher to get it back. It's potent. These chemicals in this food is potent. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? That sodium, potent. You know what I mean? That sugar, that processed sugar, potent. Fast food, potent. You know what I mean? And then when you go back to it, bro, listen, dog, that ish be calling you. It be calling you. And they got it on every corner for you to pass up on your way to something, bro. You could be going down the street, bro, and stuff be calling you. Liquor stores on every corner. Fast food on every corner. You know what I'm saying? You still got the dope man number in your phone. You know what I mean? You still got some of them hoes numbers in your phone. You're one click away on Google to going back to the hub, going back to X videos, going back to 3 movies, going back to Ass O Ass. Boy, you like 2 clicks away from it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But that's the life we live, bruh. But you got to look at yourself in the mirror and where you at, how far you came, and understand that, bruh, it ain't worth going back. It ain't worth going back to your own vomit, bruh, because it wasn't there, bruh. That was vomit back there, bruh. That was smelly, stanky, regurgitated nonsense. Smelly, stanky, regurgitated sin. You know what I mean? Where you can't win. You ain't gonna win, bro. You ain't gonna win going back eating that. You gonna get even more sick. How them mugs understand? Bro, you gonna get even more sick, bro. Imagine you slurping up some ish you just threw up, bile that you just threw up out of your stomach, bro. You just threw that up, chewed it up, threw it up, and then you go back and eat it. You gonna throw up some more, bro. You gonna get even more sicker. So you gotta understand that with your life, bro. You gotta understand that in the past situations, the Most High pulled you out of that for a reason, because he knew that it was vomit. How don't you know, though? How don't you realize that you was losing in that situation? I was losing, bruh. I was losing when I was a drunkard out here, bro. That's what they call you in the Bible. I was a drunkard, bro. When I was a drug addict. When I was gluttonous eating. You know what I'm saying? When I was chasing women. You know what I'm saying? When I was chasing validation, bro. Why would I want to go back to that lifestyle? I don't want to go back to that vomit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I'm only going to get sick there. I know that I'm going to die there. You know what I'm saying? I know that it's tough to get out of there. I know it. You know what I'm saying? And when you know it, bro, listen, dog, you gotta really show it. When you know it, you show it. You show it in your actions. You show it in change. You show it in growth. You show it in prayer. You show it in gratitude. You know what I'm saying? You show it in elevation. You show it in how you treat other people. You show it with the light that you shine and you allow to reflect on others. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bruh, you know, we just got to do better. And that's it. Don't go back to your own vomit. Don't be a fool out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a dog out here. You know what I mean? You better than that. All right? And that's my word, man. My name Sinn, the Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.